Testing, testing. Hello, hello, hello. Give me a second. Let me see if I can do something real quick. Sorry, I gotta change the thumbnail. There we go. All right. Think we are ready. All right. Today will be a short episode. Let's see how to go live. Almost there.
Hey, hey.
Oh, hello. What's up, Smile Sneaker Club?
Hey.
Sorry, guys. It's gonna be a quick one today. I am solo.
Things are looking up. Couldn't ask for nothing better.
All right. Oh, don't want to get copywritten by my cousin's music. Let's get to it. What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 8 of the Inferno Hot Corner, brought to you by yours truly, Biking Round, along with my co-host, Dreamer, who is not here tonight. He is actually grinding for the Race to Prestige. Black Ops 6 came out this past weekend, so he's been pulled for that. And we're gonna rock this one solo. It'll be a quick one. It'll be pretty short, but I appreciate those of you that are in the chat. Thank you guys again for being here. If you don't know, or if you're first time watching, or if you're a returner watcher, just a reminder, this is a show surrounding our Inferno Fantasy Football League, where we had 6 Inferno creators and 6 members of the Pride, which is 6 members selected by each of our creators from their own communities, also extended family, part of the Vegas Inferno family. And they are competing for a grand prize of all these things you see right here. We got first place. Well, I guess first and foremost, let me shout out to our sponsors, our title sponsor, Raising Canes. We got BR Paradox Customs. We got Shure, and we got Zip Chair Gaming, all providing these wonderful prizes. And the winning duo, so if one creator or the community member wins, then both of them win. And in that case, you know, you got a 50-50 chance to win. If you're not doing too well, hopefully your teammate's doing well. In my case, we're not doing too hot so far, but my teammate is coming off a dub. The winning duo will receive a life-size Kane's Inferno plush, an assortment of box combo cards, courtesy of Raising Canes, a trophy, courtesy of Raising Canes as well, a tailgate feeding of 10, also courtesy of Raising Canes, 2 Zip Chair Gaming chairs. We got 2 items from Sure to be determined, and 2 BR Paradox keyboards. What's up, Dreamer? Hey, kill it on that grind, baby. Get us the prestige 8. Get us the prestige rate. All right, we got it. I'd rather just knock it out. We were thinking about postponing to tomorrow, but man, waiver wires. We gotta talk about waivers. We gotta get through all those things. People are trying to make their waiver wire pickups tonight, so I didn't want to wait till tomorrow. So we're just gonna crank it out here. Shout out Dreamer though. He does apologize for not being here, but he's handling business on the COD side. We got a huge push on Call of Duty. We got sponsored by Call of Duty to participate in this race. It's a Master Prestige. So if you guys want to check that out, you can check that out. Dreamers live over on Kick, I believe, as well as our other members. I think we have Vegas Inferno channel going live too. But yeah, appreciate y'all. What's up, Havoc? How we doing, dude? Congrats on hitting Prestige 2. I saw today, right? Yeah, Prestige 2. I think I'm like 24 levels into my Prestige 1. I'm trying to get caught up. Hopefully, maybe this will be a short episode. Maybe I'll be able to squeeze some games in and get my own grind in as well. But yeah, let's get to it. Like I said, this will probably be a short episode. Unless you have questions about lineups and stuff or players that you're looking out for. Obviously, there's some major injuries. We have Stefan Diggs, confirmed torn ACL. He's done for the season. We got Nico Collins coming back though, so I don't know if we don't know if Tank Dell, will Tank Dell pick up some of the slack, or will Dalton Schultz? Those might be some people to look out for, but we'll go quick through it. We'll start with my very sad team. We are probably done for the season, unfortunately. I've been too busy hosting. It's funny because I won every single league that I'm in this week except for this one. I'm in 5 leagues and I won 4 of them, and the one that I didn't win was this one. It's kind of hard, when you're going up a guy that puts up 161 points. Shout out the return of, A-Chain, and then you got CD Lamb dropping 40 on my head. Zay Flowers, Sam Laporta, Puka Nakua also coming back and dropping 17 on my head. Pittsburgh defense scoring a touchdown, where my Cincinnati defense puts up a -3, which, I've been overlooking my defenses. I forgot to swap it out, not gonna lie. I did have Lad McConkey on my bench putting up 30 points right there, which would have been nice to have. Maybe swap the defenses, and I actually, play McConkey over, I don't know, Jaden Reed. Maybe I have a little bit more points. Points still matter, but it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, really. I ran to a bandsaw. I'm just getting pooped on. I'm not even mad about my team either. We got Mahomes putting up 20, finally puts up some points. He hasn't really been scoring too much. We got Kareem Hunt doing his thing, Kamara doing his thing, even with a broken hand. In the receiving core area, my receivers kind of let me down this week. Amon-Ra, Jaden Reed, they only put up 8 points apiece, which is not expected from them. Usually expect one of them to pop out. And then we got Travis Kelce. National Tight Ends Day, so you'll see a lot of high scores by all the tight ends this week. A lot of tight end touchdowns happened this week. Shout out to those that bet on them. Tony Pollard did his thing. I really messed up by not swapping out my defense, but it wouldn't have mattered. I lost by 60. I would have needed like some insane defense to come through for me, but it's all good. It's okay. It happens, maybe it's just not my, maybe it's just not my season. It's the first season of this. I am busy hosting, so, we'll let the newcomers, I get enough camera time. We'll let the newcomers, get their shine. But yeah, shout out to Sick Kicks pulling off the dub. He moves to 6-2, I believe tied for first in the community side, division. And, I am, further falling down the leaderboard, losing hope to make playoffs. Top 3, if you guys didn't know, the way that our league set up, we have 2 divisions. We have the LVI division, we have the community division. Top 3 from each side make it. and it's pretty much a two-sided story. Literally, the top 3 teams are at 5-3 or better, and then the bottom 3, myself, Dreamer, and Defy, are at 2-6. So we're 3 games behind, and it's gonna be hard to come back before week 14. I mean, it's not impossible, but some things are gonna have to happen. Someone's gonna have to go on a losing streak, and I'm gonna have to go on a winning streak. Over on the community side, we got Aegon's holding it down, number 1 scoring team, first place there. But we'll talk about these other scores in a bit. But there's a little bit of mix up here between it's pretty much 1 win off all the way down the board for them. So I mean, there's some movement there. My boy Piffin has some hope there. He's at 3-5 after getting the dub over Dreamer this week. So yeah, let's move on to our second matchup. In our next matchup, we had Aaron Vetchup, the only community member to lose this week, actually. So shouts to the community members. They all went up against different LVI creators this week, and they won every single game except for this one. So shout out to Havoc with the narrow victory, 120 to 117 over Aaron. Aaron with the risky start of Tua, first game back. I'm surprised he started him, but that wasn't the least of his problems. Tua still did decent, 16 points up there. Jordan Mason exiting the game really early with a shoulder injury. We'll see how that pans out. They're on a bye next week, and we got CMC coming back supposedly. The Bijan Robinson trade looking good for him. He got Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill told everybody to start him this week. He didn't do too hot. But I mean, he still put up double-digit points, first game back with Tua. So it was a risky play, but, it didn't hurt him too much there. JJ doing JJ things. Mark Andrews has had a resurgence, man. He's literally caught a touchdown, the last 3 games? Oh, the last 3 games he's had 4 touchdowns. And if I'm not mistaken, he was drafted by him. Okay. He's been dropped and drafted and dropped, and, people lost hope for him, but now he's all of a sudden cooking now. Like I said, all the time scores gonna be high. Tucker Kraft on the other end, catching a touchdown himself and a big bomb of a catch. Brock Purdy on the bench for Havoc put up 29 points. So I mean, it didn't have to be this close if he put Brock Purdy in there. But Aaron had some room for improvement with Calvin Ridley there. Dak Prescott and Tua kind of scored the same amount of points. James Conner at running back over Jordan Mason would have helped him out there too. No T. Higgins for Havoc. I mean, his bench isn't really that deep. He even has an empty bench spot. But Havoc's team has been doing well. Drake London didn't show up, but man, his team's just strong, and he pulled out the dub over Aaron. In our next matchup, we have the 2 powerhouses, the top 2 records of the league heading into the week. It was Tamer versus Aegon's, the number 1 player from the LVI creator side versus the number 1 player on the creator side. And Aegon's, who's also part of Havoc's community, pulls off the dub. Tamer sub 100 here, starting Caleb Williams. His team didn't show up today or this week. Other than Jahmyr Gibbs, everybody else kind of performed mediocre. I don't know if he had much on the bench. He had Kyler Murray on the bench and Rashad White, which could have gotten him some extra points, but sub 100, he loses by 40 to Aegon's, which, that's tough. I know the Diggs injury is huge too. Yeah. So Aegon's team has been so good. And, unfortunately for him, he lost Rashee Rice earlier in the season as well. He had Rashee Rice on his team who went down with a season-ending injury, and now he loses Stephon Diggs to a season-ending injury. So it'll be interesting to see how his team holds out going into the latter half of the season. I mean, his other receivers are JSN. He has BTJ, JSN. And that's about it. I mean, he has McMillan and Darnell Mooney, I guess, but he's hurting. We're gonna see if he could maintain his elite play, obviously, with Jalen Hurts, Breece Hall, and Kyron Williams. And Trey McBride. He's been doing really good. So he's gonna have a rotating receiver flex spot that he'll have to pick up the weight. But he does good enough though, man. He does so good. His team is literally the highest scoring team in our league. I don't think he's scored under 130 in the last 5 weeks. But shout out to Aegon's defeating Tamer. Tamer couldn't hold down for us. Yeah. Next game, we're gonna talk about my boy, Mr. B. We needed the win as a team. Obviously, I'm down bad, down to 2-6, but the boy, Mr. B Piven, coming through with a victory, 133-106 over Dreamer. Shout out Jane Daniels with the Hail Mary throw for the game winner. He was able to capitalize on that and get an extra, squeeze in an extra, what, like 10, 15 points out of that. You know, he throws a touchdown. He also gets a 50 yards, 50-yard rushing. And, you know, he came through. David Montgomery, James Cook was cooking. Cortland Sutton, always like a tough start for me, in my opinion. Cortland Sutton's always like kind of like a person I try to avoid, but it's like you want him because he's the number one receiver over there, but he doesn't really get the ball. He did have the return of Cooper Kupp. David Njoku, number one, tight end over in Cleveland. Now with Jameis Winston at quarterback, catches a touchdown. He goes with two tight end starting Cole Kmet as well on National Tight Ends Day. He doesn't pay off for him, but man, over on Dreamer's side, he has a rough day other than Tyrone Tracy, who put up 24, and Josh Allen, who hit his projected. Most of his team did semi-mediocre. Garrett Wilson had a decent game. AJ Brown, no touchdown. Amari Cooper, a complete dud of a game, 1 catch for 3 yards. Wasn't looking good. And even over on Piffin's bench, he has a lot of depth here. He has Ramondre Stevenson come off his bench, putting up 22. Darius Slayton putting up 15. Tank Dell with 12. Bo Nix with 33. His team might be something to look out for, man. I'm hoping for it because he's my guy, and I'm hoping that he could pull through for the team biking round community. The boy Mr. B Piffin cashing the dub over Dreamer. Dreamer drops to 2-6 just like me, and he is extremely down bad. If you thought my team was down bad, wait till you see this matchup. We had a matchup of the week, the losers or the lowest scoring teams matched up this week between Defy and Soap. Soap going into this game defeated, 0 wins, 7 losses, and he acquires his first dub over Defy, aka Defy sometimes sets his lineup, sometimes he doesn't, and sometimes he scores over 100, which Defy actually scored over 100 this week, which is really good. So it was a hard-earned win by Soap, putting up 134 points, all thanks to a combination of Bucky Irving, Devontae Smith, Marvin Harrison Jr., Evan Ingram, and Chris Olave, and his kicker, Mr. Bates, over here putting up 10.5 points. Well-rounded scoring. Everybody on his team scored double digits there. Joe Burrow didn't do so hot, but man, he put up 134 points and finally locks down his first win of the season. I know I'm rapid firing this, but congratulations to Soap on his first win. I'm sure he is smiling from ear to ear, thinking like, why couldn't my team play this good this entire season? But hey, you never know, man. Over there on the community side, it could be anybody's game. Somebody could go on a hard losing streak the second half of the season, but he's starting the second half of the season 1-0 technically after an 0-7 start. Over on Defy's side, I mean, his team isn't too bad. Josh Jacobs had a really good game. DeAndre Swift continues to just be good. I don't know. The first 3 weeks of the season, he puts a 5, 7, and 5, and the last 4 weeks in a row after the bye week, averaging over 20 points. And it's kind of like a night and day shift over there in Chicago for him. Chicago did lose that game on a game-winning touchdown pass by Jaden Daniels, but man, DeAndre Swift he's turned it around. So if anybody ever acquired him after week 3 from somebody, they've been loving it. Over on his receiving end, he doesn't really have much of a receiving core with Jayden Waddle and Jordan Addison, but Kyle Pitts comes through with 2 touchdowns, the number 1 scoring tight end of the week, putting up 25 points from him. His receiving core is in shambles though. The total receiving core puts up, even with his flex position, puts up a measly 13 points. Over on the bench, he did have Keon Coleman who scored. The rest of his team is injured, it looks like, or suspended. So good bench on Dalton Schultz there, only 8 points versus the 25 he got from Kyle Pitts. Yeah, that's our roundup. Look how quick I went. But leading back to our standings here, So we got Tamer still staying in first place on the LVI division at 6-2. Havoc and Docile right behind him at 5-3 apiece. And then we got myself, Dreamer, and Defy all sitting at 2-6. Just straight poop, honestly. Straight poop. It's unfortunate. Over on the community side, we have Aegon sitting at 7-1. Highest scoring team in the league, as we mentioned. I think he's the only team to have over. Oh no, never mind. Havoc just got crossed 1,000 points, but he's only on 1,000 points, or has the highest of the 1,000 points of them two. Along with Sick Kicks, OBG Medic, Aaron, Mr. B, and Soap rounding that out, and they're all one game behind one another. So it's getting a little close over here on the community side. It almost looks like a complete split on the LVI side, where somebody's gonna have to falter. Docile, Havoc, Tamer, one of them's gonna have to start getting on a losing streak, and maybe me, Dreamer, I don't know if Defy will, but me or Dreamer, maybe we can squeeze in there. I do have a lot of points to make up. I am really, like, 100 points behind from even being in contention for a top 3 spot, because even if you get a tie, the tiebreaker is based on how much points you score during the season, and my team has not been doing well at scoring points. But let's go look over to our weekly report. So once again, I'm Bikey. We are zipping through this one as I am doing a solo show today, but that is the summary on our league. Once again, I'd like to shout out our sponsors. Raising Cane's our title sponsor, along with BR Paradox, Sure, and Zipchair Gaming. If you want to learn more about them, feel free to check out the links in the show description. It should have them. Obviously, a lot of you know what Raising Cane's is, I'm sure, but in case you're curious about the other ones, feel free to check up on them. Thank you, my dear. All right, let's get over to our weekly report. Best manager of the week goes to Soap, who set the most optimal lineup, helping him get his first win. Tamer, worst manager of the week, only scoring 75% of his projected points. Biggest blowout, Sick Kicks against myself, because myself cannot win a game to save my life. I mean, literally, I had the most points scored against me. 161 points. The next closest is 133. So I mean, I didn't even play that bad. I had the 7th highest score of the week, but you go up against number 1 highest score of the week, and it sucks. Narrow victory, we had Havoc just being out Aaron to help secure an LVI division dub, which was nice. Sick Kicks highest score, Tamer lowest score. Surprised it's not Defy or myself for once. We got Sick Kicks overachieving by 45%. He was projected 111, puts up 161. All thanks to A-Chain, CD Lamb, and everybody else that wanted to do good on his team. Tamer scoring 19% below his projected. He was projected to score 116, puts up 94.5. Aegon's quarterback of the week with Jalen Hurts. Mr. B with James Cook, the running back of the week. Sick Kicks with the wide receiver of the week, and CD Lamb dropping the highest score of the week, 37 1/3 of it. Who's B Piffin? No, I'm Bikey. I'm Bikey around. Mr. B Piffin is my counterpart. He's my community member. But he's actually my co-host on my other show on Mondays that I do for my community on my channel. Yeah. Mr. B's the homie though. He's like one of my best friends in this space. Kyle Singer says full PPR pick wide receiver, pick 1 flex. Shakir, Dobbs, McMillan, ETN. And you're concerned about Love, I mean, even with Amari Cooper arriving in Buffalo, like, Shakir seems to be the target over there, in my opinion. I think I like Shakir. There's a lot. Jordan Love, yeah, he strained his groin this week, but he's day to day. He'll likely suit up. But the thing about Jordan Love and the Packers, you could even see it for those of you that own Jaden Reed, is that he spreads the ball. It doesn't matter who. There is no one dominant receiver on that team, even though Jaden Reed is like the slight favorite. But like, he throws the ball at everybody. Dobbs gets it. Wicks gets it. Reed gets it. Tucker Kraft's been getting it a lot lately. Josh Jacobs been getting it. Like, the ball gets spread around there, so you never know who to guard on the Packers. I am a Packers fan, by the way. So it's kind of tough. Dobbs could be hit or miss. McMillan, he's probably going to get more targets. I forgot what his stats were this week, just due to, we could check it out. McMillan, he obviously with Godwin and Mike Evans out, McMillan could be something for them. He is a rookie. He did get 7 targets, and he had 8 targets last week. So I mean, he's gonna get the targets, and he had 81% of the snaps this week. So I mean, I think he's something to look out for as a good flex. I would rather have McMillan over Sterling Shepard, even though a couple weeks ago I thought Sterling Shepard might be potentially able to step up, but he's old. Where this guy's a rookie, he's got that fire in him. I would probably take, if I was taking anybody on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it would be Cade Otton. But obviously, if you're trying to get, if you're trying to start a wide receiver as your flex, then I'd probably go with McMillan. But I mean, there's going to be a few options out there too, which we'll see we'll check on the waivers right now. Sorry, George Kittle, tight end of the week. Boswell, kicker of the week. Pittsburgh Steelers defense with that, fumble recovery for a touchdown. Get defense of the week. Kirk Cousins on the bench. Ramondre on the bench. Lad McConkey on my bench for best wide receiver, bench warmer of the week. Cade Otton, just mentioned, best bench warmer of the week for tight ends. And San Francisco. There we go. Seeing Agon's dropping Stephon Diggs. Unfortunately, he lost Diggs. So we'll see. But all right, let's go over to our trends. What's up, Piff? I was just talking good about you. Now I'm not gonna say anything nice about you anymore. Look who Tampa playing compared to the Packers. Oh, they are playing KC. I mean, Kansas City, honestly, Kansas City hasn't even been playing too great, and they're just getting away with wins. Oh, well, I guess they are. Yeah, Dobbs could be a good start actually at flex, just because against the Lions is the division game, and it's going to be high scoring. But obviously, confirm that you got to confirm that Jordan Love's going to be healthy and starting. So I'd probably wait. Game time decision there. But yeah, that should be a high scoring game between the two. I expect the over under to be at least 45 or something like that. So I think that would be a good one. So yeah, that's a good idea. I like Christian Watson over Dobbs as well. But if you're looking at, let's see who we got on the waivers, I guess, to kind of determine what you're thinking. Cedric Tillman, honestly, is my pickup of the week. Cedric Tillman, he's Jameis's target right now, man. I also like Elijah Moore too. Elijah Moore or Cedric Tillman, man. If you could get either of those guys, I'd probably even start one of them. They're playing the Chargers next week, which the Chargers defense isn't really that good. So I actually would look into the waiver wire and try to get one of these guys, especially, Jameis Winston may not perform. He's kind of like the Andy Dalton situation where Andy Dalton came out hot. His first game, like taking over starter, right? Threw for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns or whatever. And then he slowly kind of reverted back. Might be the same case for Jameis Winston, but I think he'd be good for another week. I mean, they're playing the Chargers. Chargers are winning recently, but their defense isn't really that good. And I think, this might be the turnaround that the Browns need. And I think that, this might be your guy right here if you want a flyer. I don't know if you have any guys on bye. That's why you're wondering. Yep. Already long and gone. You're the only LVI member to win this week, Havoc. So congratulations. Thank you for holding down for us. We're just going over where our pickups of the week. Parker Washington. I'm not sure why he's being added. Maybe because Christian Kirk is supposed to be traded potentially. But it says there's a chest injury to Brian Thomas, Christian Kirk collarbone, Gabe Davis shoulder, but I'm pretty sure is Kirk rolled out for this? Wait, Kirk is rolled out for this season. Oh my God, did I miss that? Oh my God, Christian Kirk broke his clavicle. We didn't even talk about this on yesterday's show, Piff. I didn't even know about this. Well, Well, there you go. I guess that's why he's getting picked up. I mean, either way, though, that receiving core, I mean, BTJ is kind of the only one you want out there. I guess this guy could be a pickup if you're thinking about him. I personally like Cedric Tillman or Elijah Moore if you're looking for a flyer. Obviously, Josh Downs surprisingly did well. I don't know if Joe Flacco is going to be starting next week. But if Joe Flacco starts, Josh Downs is that guy. I mean, obviously, he did this with Anthony Richardson, but it looks like Joe Flacco is going to be taking over starting position again. So Josh Downs will be somebody that you'll want to add right away if he's available. That's another guy as well you'll want to look into. Josh Downs probably be number one, actually, if Joe Flacco's running quarterback. And then, you could look into like the Cedric Tillmans or the Elijah Moores. Maybe this Parker Washington guy. But yeah, now that I look at it, actually, maybe my waiver wire pickup of the week would probably be Josh Downs, if he's available in your league. He's rostered in 63% of leagues, so like he's probably not available in most of your leagues. But yeah, hey, we called it. We said if they don't bench Richardson and just let him learn from Flacco the GOAT, they better do that soon. So I mean, that's all I thought of. But yeah. Really, really quick episode. 32 minutes. Boom. Half the time because there's half the people. But does anybody have any questions for the show? I'm pretty sure people will be able to watch this VOD and be like, damn, I like it when Bikey goes fast and is efficient with everything. All the young QBs benched this year? Yeah, except for Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams and Bo Nix, actually. So who else? I mean, the only ones that got benched is going to be Richardson and... the only ones benched are Richardson and what's his freaking name? Bryce Young. But Bryce Young is in the second year. Do you think Mr. B. Piffin can make a comeback for the playoffs with his roster? I was talking about earlier. I think that he can, honestly. I honestly think that he can. I like it. He has Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's around now. You got Jaden Daniels balling now. David Montgomery, James Cook doing their thing in the backfield. I don't like Cortland Sutton, but, he put up points for you this week. Cooper Kupp, Njoku stock goes up with Jameis Winston at quarterback. Cooper Kupp, he's going to be heating up. He didn't even have really a good game. He just caught a touchdown, which kind of salvaged that. You got the number one scoring kicker in the league, I'm pretty sure, in Cyber. Oh, number two, whatever. He's pretty much there. You're going to probably be rotating your defense around. You do need help in the flex, but I mean, you benched Mondre, man. You benched Mondre against the Jets and started Cole Kmet instead. So, I mean, I think if you have Njoku starting all the way out, you put Mondre in as your flex. Team looks good, man. Tank Dell's stock could go up a little bit. I know Nico Collins should be coming back, I think, this week or next week. Where's he at? They didn't even show him on here. Where's Nico Collins? Nick Collins on track for recovery. They're going on bye this week. Yeah, so he should be on track to be back after week 10 or after week 9 bye. But I mean, Tank Dell stock should rise with Stephon Diggs. He'll be back to where he was at last year. So I think he got a good chance. I'm liking it. You're my only hope, honestly, because I am out of it as far as I know, based on these standings. Unless I rip off 6 straight and move to 8-6 before playoffs. It's going to be tough. I don't know where the let me see, where's the playoff bracket at? Let's see. Winner playoffs. Week 14 is so week 15 is playoffs, right? So, week 14, I can't afford to lose anymore. If I lose another game, I cannot get above 500, and due to my points per game situation, I think I have to finish at or above 5. I have to finish above 500, so I can't afford to lose anymore. I'm 2-6. I need to win out, but you never know. What's up, Snug? But alrighty, y'all. This is a short episode. I wish it could have been a little bit longer, but I feel like it was straight to the point. We gave the full consensus on our league and where we think everybody is at. We talked about our sponsors. Shout out once again to Raising Cane's, Paradox Custom, Sure, and Zipchair Gaming for providing us with this amazing prize package to our winning duo of the Inferno League. If you guys ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm biking around on all socials. You can hit me up if you want any fantasy advice. Obviously, this fantasy league in particular doesn't make me look good, but I will let you know that if you look on the left-hand corner here, I put up some points in one of my other leagues. You know, I won 4 of my 5 leagues this week, so I'm not the complete scrub that I appear to be in this league, but you know, sometimes it'd be like that, and you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. But yeah, once again, appreciate it. Thank you to all of our sponsors. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and yeah, you're tuning into the Inferno Hot Corner with Biking Round. I'll catch you guys next Tuesday at 7 p.m. PST. All right, peace. Bye.